back with the land and the king. It's been a little while. Let's go ahead and just meet the cast, say our pieces and what we've been doing and the most awkward thing we said or did behind the scenes so the Patreon gets to enjoy it. I'll start with you, Rebekah.
Oh, God. Hi, I'm Rebekah. I play Lady Olwyn, the Princess of Autumn. And I don't know, I suppose one of the more embarrassing things I did on the Patreon exclusive content was talk about glasses out of context. Specifically Tone's glasses.
Yep, perfect.
I'll be vague so as to tease the Patreon exclusive content that you could unlock.
It's true. We're going to go to Emily next.
Hi, I'm Emily. I play Lady Betrys, and I behaved perfectly for the Patreon.
That's fair. Boring, but fair.
Wow. If I could hang up and not mess up all these cameras, I would.
Yeah, like, I would. I'd be out. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, we will go to Cyberbro next.
Hello, I'm Cyberbro. That is my government name. So, something I did embarrassing on the Patreon, I got very excited to be first. Way more excited than an adult should be. Just being honest.
It's true. And you can take that any way you want. But we will go to Tone next.
Hi, everybody. My name is Tone, and I'm a recurring guest. You can catch me on the Mortar Rolls on Monday nights, where I GM a team that is playing Fallen Gods, and we're in our 3rd season. And really happy to be here. This is super pumped. What did I do embarrassing? Let's see. There was many things. Which one was the most embarrassing? I think I was commenting on the condom ads that were on the charity stream that we did, and for some reason, and then I thought, oh, maybe it's because we talked about penises a lot. Maybe that's why. And I just embarrassed myself again. So I'll stop talking. But happy to be here, Bob.
You're
not leaving anything to the imagination, are you?
All right. And I'm Bob. We're playing Pendragon again tonight. You have to excuse these weird glowing boxes. They're kind of getting in the way of things. The cameras look a little weird because of them, but that's okay. Won't be mad. Just figure it out. Yeah, tonight we're going to be picking up pretty much where we left off, because Feast, as much as we focus on like just a small portion of what's going on, the reality is that there's like weeks of staying, and you know, it takes a while to put up where everyone's staying, and it takes a while to take it all back down. So these things, just like Crusader Kings, take weeks and weeks, and we're going to focus on those. And we begin in Sir Lucius Julianus's favorite residence, the city of Bath. So this, as the feasting winds down, there is a guest passing through the town. I'm going to roll and see which of the two here it's going to be. It's either going to be Rebekah or Emily here. This is Olwyn. So Lady Olwyn.
Olwyn!
You can give me a recognize roll, actually.
Recognize
You can
roll?
add a +5 to it. I was like,
That's
I might have froze. I know that was quiet. I was like, we're holding on.
I just didn't want to get mouse clicks in there.
You're good. Okay. So you see an older knight riding through. You recognize the heraldry immediately. It's Sir Cador. So this is the mercenary you hired when your manor got taken over all that time ago. You haven't seen him for some time. I can't remember how much time, but it's been a while.
I think it's probably been since the siege of Barrowcrest.
Could very well be. So he doesn't see you, but you see him kind of riding through. He seems to be looking around. He's got a young, like a squire with him. Looks to be nearing like the age of a young knight, like probably, somewhere between 19 and 20 or 21.
Lucius, do you know who that is?
You definitely need to do a recognize roll because this is before your time, my friend. Okay. It's something about him. What's your heraldry roll, by the way? Is it higher than recognize?
My heraldry is a 5. I don't concern myself with other knights.
Something about him looks familiar. You're like almost certain you've met this guy somewhere or seen him, in a large feast or something, but you're not sure from what.
No, I don't seem to recognize him. He's been around town, I would assume. I don't pay attention to other knights.
Why not? All right.
Something they are.
I mean, yeah, but I feel like that's unlike you. You're always talking about your friends from back home.
Oh, well, that's different. Those are my brothers in arms, the Swords of Nateliad. My other knights are, well, they're not Swords of Nateliad. I'll tell you that.
Okay. Well, let me introduce you if you'd like. If he's not busy. And yeah, we'll go down to meet.
So you managed to make your way down to like the main road where he's riding through. Again, Bath is an old Roman town, so everything's kind of structured more formally than a lot of the Logris places. He's looking about, and then I think he will recognize Olwyn right away. Lady Olwyn,
Hello.
you look like you're doing well.
For the first time in some time, I'd say. Yes.
Indeed. I heard, that everything was reclaimed during the time of the Winter Prince.
It was.
Excellent.
I don't think I ever got a chance to thank you for your service, Barrowcrest.
I wish I could have done more. It seems that fate was against us that day.
You're telling me it was harrowing. It's one of the worst battles I've ever seen. Not that I personally see many, but I've heard a lot of stories.
Indeed. With that, we're going to have so at this point, Betrys, Cadrigan, Dogged, and Balan are all riding, or not riding, they're all kind of wandering together. I'm not sure what you guys were up to. Anyone got any quick thoughts? What were you doing at this time as
We
a
have
group?
a million children that probably are bursting with energy.
That makes sense. So it's
Dogged and
yeah.
us. That's a lot of kids.
So they're lousy with babies, as Lucius
Lousy with
says.
babies.
Balan counts. as one of
Lousy
the
with
kids.
babies.
Yeah.
Throw him in with them.
So we'll say that kind of you hear the noise, you look to the side, and you see Betrys, Cadrigan, Dogged, and Balan all walking this way. With them is a gaggle of children, basically. So it looks
Dogged
like
has,
it's
I believe, 4. I have 2, and I'm
Yeah.
guessing we have Taliesin.
yeah. And technically, Balan is
Also a child.
yeah. Well, he's not,
He's 18.
yeah.
Oh, he's 18. Never mind. I thought.
Yeah,
he was
but this isn't modern, U.S. You're not going to
he
get
has
a
a
driver's
beard.
license to that.
He has a beard. He's an adult.
It's like
Oh,
this
yeah,
little
right.
few little hairs, little peach
Yeah.
fuzz. Put some mud in it to make it darker.
He can
He's
make his own
almost ready,
decisions.
Lucius. You just need
He's
an
almost
eagle
ready.
to tell you that he's ready to be knighted and he's set. So
Alan, I imagine it's just sort of like as the kids dart. No, this way. No, don't do that. He's like, really, Sir Doggett, really, this is what knights do.
Beatrice, I'm not going to make you roll. You recognize Cador too because you were there.
I think she kind of comes up with children and everyone in tow. Hello, what are you doing here? No offense.
Well, we received news that Igraine's son has pulled the sword from the stone. I'm riding to Escavalon now. That's where the boy is headed. He's to be named the High King.
That's lovely.
And this is my nephew, Augustus. Augustus, this is Lady Olwyn, Lady Beatrice, Lucius, Julius, Julianus. He seems to know you. Weird. And Sir Doggett and his squire, I presume. Sorry, I don't recognize the heraldry.
Balan, sir. Balan le Sauvage.
You're from the forest, then. Good. You hear Augustus say, "Uncle, would you mind if perhaps I could spar this?" He looks at Balan, and he's like, "Pagan knight, perhaps? Or pagan squire?"
Not quite, but I'll surely battle you and show you what we of the forest can do. And he winks.
All right. So Augustus will dismount. We'll kind of say, we'll come back to it. We'll say we see like Balan and Augustus, with faux swords effectively going through footwork and they're not armored up, so there's nothing that can actually fully harm someone, but this is all footwork and sword work right now, so blade work. As it's happening, we'll cut back to that in a second. Kadora says, "Forgive me, Lady Olwyn, you sound disappointed. I thought you were on good terms with Igraine."
I mean, I am, I suppose. I'm glad that things will be looking up for the country and everything. Part of me is still feeling the loss of the Winter Prince. I can't help but wonder if it was pulled out of the stone just a few months earlier, if his fate would have still been the same. That's all. And the fact that it happened so soon after the boy's death.
Well,
But it is good. Really, the land
I heard that
king
this
can be won.
This Winter Prince, I had very little direct engagement with him, but I heard he made an impression in Laird de Grance's court.
He was a kind boy. He believed in a lot of good things. He was honourable, and I'm sure this boy will be a good king. But I was also very sure that the Winter Prince would have been as well.
Yes. They say that Nanteliad himself had come to understand that the boy was not Uther's son, but knew that he was, and forgive me, Sir Lucius, I know that this is your late king. He was in the line of Uther Pendragon. His mother came from the line of Nanteliad, of Vortimer. It seems... Indeed. These are rumors, simply rumors.
Yes, of course. Also, there was a part of me that maybe thought that I would get to go to Londinium at some point, and it just for fun, try to pull it out. I don't think I would have succeeded, but it would have been fun to say that I tried.
Indeed. We cut away for a second, and we see Balan, I need you a sword test.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's a little bit, bigger than you. He's 2 years older than you at the moment.
He eyes him up and down as he stretches his arms, twirling his sword. Where do I find the sword play? Is it sword? Here it is. I found it. Son of a gun. Maybe stretched too hard.
You see him, you've taken quite a few, faux hits. These are a bit harder. It's like, sparring in a martial art when someone's, he's not pulling his punches, so to speak. The sword managed to hit you pretty hard on the shoulder, and then he does this maneuver like a foot sweep, and it drags you off your feet, and you kind of, because of the momentum of it, you land face first.
Wipes the mud from his face. Good one. That won't happen again.
As you say, pagan.
And then he'll think to himself, what would Balan do? Yes. And then he sort of changes his stance a little bit.
We'll cut back to that in a second. You can hear what's going on. You're not far from this, by the way, Balan. So if you find something that properly distracts you, just let me know. But Kador will say, I'm taking the boy also because technically we are relatives. Grain is my cousin. That would make the boy a cousin once removed.
See.
A wise decision.
For those that care, give me an intrigue roll, except for Lucius. Lucius, you get to make an intrigue roll, but I'm also going to get you to make a loyalty and intelligence roll it right now.
Oh.
I'm guessing Balan is occupied, so he cannot roll on this, right?
So, for that advantage that was gotten for me, do I have to use it on the first thing I roll? Or can I
Nope.
save it for when I want to use it?
Actually, it was done. Yeah, you have to.
Okay.
Yep, technically.
Okay.
I forgot someone bought that really early on, right? For you?
Yeah.
At the beginning of
I
chat.
was going to hold on to it, but I guess I'll use it now. God damn it. Son of a
That is a-
bitch.
Exact same number. Sorry.
Ass.
It's only funny to me because of the odds are so low that that
Yeah,
happens.
so
and they get
low
the
that I
exact same
fail
number
at such a high level
twice. Yeah.
twice.
The exact same number too. Okay.
Matt Damon.
Okay, well, Lucius, we'll start with you. Everything he says is lies the moment you hear any connotation about Inteliad having any ulterior motive. Can't be true. Impossible.
How lucky we are for you to be here, sir, and inform us of my king's desires. We are truly blessed.
Well, he was on the way to see that Logos had a king, but it was clear that Ninteli had moved to be the High King himself.
The
All
people
knew that.
The people would have made Inteliad the High King. He was honorable. He wasn't a thug.
I agree. He was a man of service. However, Betrys, with your success,
Mm-hmm.
it sure sounds like this would have enabled a relative of his to be the king of Logos, while Inteliad himself was the High King. And it would have enabled an heir.
Nanteliad's heir or just an heir generally?
Well, sounds like if the rumors are true, it would have been both Ninteliad and Uther's heir, so it would have been well primed for the Boy King, would have been well primed for High King. We are going to cut away from that moment again as Balan and Augustus fight once more. He's got a smirk on his face now, confident in how well that one worked out for him, Tone. He looks.
I'll use that.
Do you live in a cottage then, in the forest?
Do I live in a cottage? Good one. Good one. Oh, what's over there? And he's just going to smack him with the sword.
All right. It's worth noting, too, he's a little bit, because he's a little bit
Sorry.
bigger than Balan at this. Balan's still 18. You get him. Yeah. He tries to move quickly. You manage to strike him. He kind of like reels and kind of does that walk hobble thing. And then he readies himself again. And we'll go one more time, Tone.
Do you have anything smart to say now? Or did the forest knight squire shut it? And he's just hit him again. Oh, you guys.
Again, almost identical numbers too. Wild. All right, so you get the better of him again. He, you guys don't have shields, but he sort of raises his shoulder like it were a shield, and that hurts, that stings. So he kind of like, he winces and he grunts. Damn it.
Bye.
He's reluctant. We're getting the feedback again. But yeah, he's reluctant to like do anything honorable here, but he sighs. He looks over at his uncle and then sighs and then just nods his head.
Yeah. And Balan will also bow, but just keep with his eyes locked on his with a smile.
Perhaps you will be a good knight for my cousin. Do you intend to serve the king?
I intend to serve where I am needed.
With that hill. He looked, you can see him staring at your heraldry, that boar on the argent or white background, plain background. It's clear that he's committing that to memory.
I pat Balan on the back. Well, good job, Pat.
Yeah, I think Olwyn will say, "Good job, Balan."
Tries to maintain his composure.
Lucius will look to Balan and say, "Should you meet him on the battlefield, you should be prepared to kill him."
What's with
Always.
you lately, Lucius?
What? That's
Absolutely. Coming from Sir Lucius, the smiter of 6 kings.
what smiter?
Oh, you knocked one out. You knocked them out, didn't you not? Or... Sorry, I'm mistaken.
I tried to-
Dogged. I got the stories. Sorry, I got Lucius.
You got some mud right here. Dog is usually pretty fair, but he likes to, if there's any sort of inflated ego, he likes to make sure he checks that for you pretty quick. So he's trying to train you to be a modest knight. It's only working a little bit. You know how to parrot it in the right times? You're not, though. You know you're destined for greatness.
He smiles, but he is definitely nervous around Sir Lucius. He's sort of a fanboy, if you will.
Kador will wait for his nephew to get over here and be like, well, we should continue on our path. Is there any news you wish me to bring back home for you, Sir Lucius?
I've already made arrangements. I thank you for your hospitality, and I apologize for my foul mood. I've been in form lately.
You should know that I understand where you come from. I fought for Duke Gorlo when Uther invaded Cornwall, and I swore to serve no other until the rightful king returned. He nods. The heir of Vortimer. You did. With that, he will give a nod. You know, it's not quite one of these, Balan, but you see like the equivalent. He does that only with his eyes. He doesn't do that with his fingers, but you can see that Augustus has got his eyes on you.
He sees him.
All right. We are going to cut. Go ahead, Emily. It sounded like you were about to say something.
Dumb. As
for
they
it.
get far enough away, Betrys just says, "Kind of name is Augustus anyway?"
Right, bit much, isn't it? Too many
It's
syllables.
a
What's with
Ro-
Augustus?
It's a Roman name. It's a perfectly fine name. Augustus was an emperor. He was the emperor.
This Augustus was a brat.
Yes, that Augustus was a brat. My
Yes.
Augustus was an emperor. He was a great emperor.
That Augustus sucked.
He sort of did.
She's just gonna look at Lucius for a second, and just like put a hand on his shoulder. Are you missing home?
I'm sorry.
You really haven't been the same since everything happened. Is there anything we can do for you to make it better? Or at least easier?
Wow.
Okay. He looks to Olwyn. He has something that he wants to say, but he kind of bites his tongue and he says nothing at the moment. Moods come and go with time. I just need time.
All right. Well, if you're sure, don't hesitate to ask if you think of something. Yeah, and we should treat each other like family, which has ups and downs. But most of all, you have to be a certain level of honest with your family, even if it's unpleasant sometimes. We'll always forgive each other. And we'll always love each other. Now, who's up for something delightful?
What did you have in mind, Lady Olwyn? Doggett says.
Oh, I don't know. Stroll in the garden, maybe some toasties. And toasties. I don't know why I said toasties. But
Toasties.
some meat tiles.
Meat tiles.
Okay.
Child.
And folks return back to, enjoying themselves, so to speak. The party rages on. I'm going to get everyone to make a D6 roll, and if you get a 1 or a 2, we're gonna talk about something here.
Heart of the card.
I got 4.
5.
Wow.
Hey,
Hey, triplets.
We don't gotta talk about
Interesting.
shit.
Maybe
Yeah.
it was 5 or 6, wasn't it?
Yeah.
that's good. That's perfect. No one gets caught alone in this scenario. So as you're kind of winding down from the night, you're all walking, back to where you're staying, your temporary homes. And you see a retinue passing through Bath. There's about 100 knights or so. They're not mobilized like an army. They have peace banners. But it draws a stink, to say the least, because the banners are the banners of Cornwall. The Kingdom of Cornwall. King Idris.
Kill
And
him.
his royal banners are here.
What does that mean?
I'm gonna get the kids.
Yeah. Your priority is to see that the kids are...
If we're all meeting in a room, it's bringing the kids with us. If we're all separating, it's grabbing.
Well, this is happening. These knights are passing through Bath on the main road, and kind of like where you needed to go is on the other side of the road. So you can wait. There's enough people out here. You can wait and avoid interactions with them entirely if you want.
Oh,
It
yeah.
looks like they're going north to south, so wherever they were, presumably at the tournament in London.
Yeah. Given Beatrice's lovely history with them, she's going to make herself scarce.
You can give me a recognize roll, though. You can add a +5 too.
I would like to do that as well.
I really
Balan
should
will
start...
help with the kids.
I really should start putting points in this.
So do I get a +5 to that recognize as well, or is it just Beatrice?
Beatrice, because of the interaction of walking away, but you can still make a recognize roll.
Yeah.
About that.
I just wanted to make sure.
I know who it probably is.
I succeeded.
You see your dearest friend, Prince Mark of Cornwall, and he is kind of looking about, but you notice that his eyes have singled out Beatrice as Beatrice moves away. And he kind of just follows her with his eyes. Doesn't change course or anything. But he remembers a certain slight in a certain court.
Olwyn will retain that bit of information and then go after Beatrice. He saw you, you know.
I have no doubt about that. If it is who I think it is.
Of course it is.
To be fair, he deserved as good as I gave him.
He deserved worse.
If they're staying in town, I'm going to get my children and leave town.
That was going to be my suggestion as well, that we go back to our manors as quickly as possible, or at least ready to leave.
I would
Abe.
prefer to...
Welcome in, lollygaggers. Thanks for the raid.
Hello.
Good to
Hi.
see you.
Yes, as quickly as possible.
I hope he falls off his horse.
I hope he eats shit and falls off his horse.
Better. Do you want to grab Lucius?
Yes, I'll let him.
I'm going to grab Cadogan and Dogged and everyone else. I'm going to start rounding up people.
Olwyn will do the same.
Balan's helping with the kids. How many kids do you have? Is it 4?
So I have 2.
I have
And
one.
then I was gonna say Olwyn has 1, and then Dogged and
Jane has
Adane
3.
have they have 4, don't they?
There are
There's
7.
4.
There are 7 total children.
7 children.
Lucius
luck.
knows
He
where the
has
kids are.
2
He's tracking
underneath
how
his
the children
arm,
are around.
2 on his legs, 1 on his back.
Tell us it's the one on his back for sure.
He's got this lovely little twig that's not very, it's not like it could bend and break easy, but he just finding that perfect spot on your back to kind of dig it in.
He's been hanging
As you
out with
go.
Cadrigan.
Yeah.
My boy's learning from Cadrigan.
Right where the bruise is.
Sneak attack, yeah.
The bruise from the sword. Oh, not there. Please, not there.
We cut into Lucius. Lucius, what are you doing as the Knights of Cornwall and the King of Cornwall pass through?
He's standing there brooding, having conflicting thoughts. He was informed Lysandra is in Cornwall and Tintagel. Lies were just spewed to him about his king. He's in Bath. So he is, a duck looks very calm on the water, but those legs are just kicking. He's trying to be that right now, but he's got a lot of conflicting issues going on. And his wife is somewhere around, I would assume. So he's like, he's got a wife now. So he's got a lot going on.
You actually see kind of where from your position, you see his eyes, Prince Mark, not King Idris. His eyes fix on your heraldry. And he rides up and he says, "That's St. George, no?"
Yes, St. George.
I remember St. George. I had reports from the late Praetor regarding St. George. St. George, that's some Nanteliad holding, is it not? Escavalon.
Escavalon. Elaine, I believe, now.
Oh, yes. Elaine won the Civil War, didn't he? I hear it was close, though.
Most good wars are.
Indeed. Closer than it needed to be. I hear that, they assaulted Cardiff a bit haphazardly. Treacherous things. Where did you serve in Nanteliad's ranks?
I am St. George. I am Sir Lucius Julius Julianus, Dominus of
Yes,
St.
but-
George.
You weren't holding St. George when I was in Summerland.
No, I was on a very specific mission for my king.
Were you one of his knights? Terrible what happened to them. It seems that the Civil War split up such a loyal unit of friends.
I'm gonna do intrigue, because I'm gonna figure out this guy's lying to me. Success? What do I discern from what he's just said? What do I discern from what he's just said to me?
He is not lying, but he is relishing this moment to share it.
The swords of the Teliad, to my knowledge, remain firm. However, I'm a bit out of date.
I hear 1 or 2 of them scattered. I don't know the details that well. All I heard about was ruin of the Mountain Men and his betrayal and the death of Sir Cormac. Did you know him? Were you close with him? That is what the songs say, yes. It seems his very friend betrayed him on the battlefield. Turned his unit against him. They say Sir Cormac fought bravely to his last breath. It's a shame when such betrayals go to the benefit of those who do the betraying. It seems the knight who managed to do so was able to carve out a little savage kingdom of his own. King Rune of Breckenogh.
King Rune of Breckenogh. King Rune of Breckenogh. I assure you, his betrayal will be rewarded in kind, with all the malice that he is due. This I assure you.
I'm really interested to know personally whatever happened to Sir Gwydir. He was one of the best knights of this island. For him to just ride off after
Cormac,
the battle at Cardiff.
as I said before, my information is out of date. You can learn nothing from me, and for that I do apologize.
Well, should you find this Gwydir, do tell him that The kingdom of Cornwall pays handsomely if he does not swear his oath to the new king. You should know what happened in London. The people of Somerset seem to receive news slowly. King Lot won the grand melee. In the eyes of the North, he is the true king. Indeed. Seems that way.
If I'm ever in Tintagel, I'll be sure to drop by.
Consider yourself under my father's hospitality. Good day, Sir Lucius. And Mark will ride past. I need you, sir, to make a loyalty sort of loyalty Intelliad, swords of Intelliad. If you have that still on your sheet. I believe you do. Love. Okay. That's right. That's right. All right. Well, you are in Melancholy. You are kind of already playing it, but you are officially in Melancholy.
What was obvious to the rest of the gathering of branches, Lucius hangs his head low. Even in his rage, in his frustration, his head has never been low. He's always held his head up high. And in this moment, as Mark has turned his back and rode off, Lucius will be standing there still, unmoving with his head low.
We'll give Balan a moment, funny enough, I think, here. Because, Balan, you're close to Lucius at this point. Dog is not far from you.
Mm-hmm.
You see your idol, or one of your idols anyways. I think you've announced him as your idol, so you see him hanging his head low. You haven't seen him quite like this. You've seen him a little unhinged, but he's been keeping it together. This is like not quite a crash out, but you've seen this sort of melancholic moment before. You've seen Sir Gallant, the one who raised you as a page, suffer these same sort of bouts from time to time.
Mm-hmm. Was any part of the conversation overheard by Duggard or myself?
You're close. I'm going to give you your choice, awareness or intrigue, and you can add a +5 because I don't see no one pays attention to a squire paying attention.
An awareness
you can get
or
close
an
and they're
intrigue?
just like, oh, another squire.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Whichever is higher.
It's going to go with an awareness, and that is did it roll? There it is. Success.
Yep. Success. All right. Yes, you heard every word. You don't know a lot about the politics of over in Wales, but you know it sounds like there was a betrayal from the knightly order that Lucius was a part of. And it seems to have hit him pretty hard.
Balan will not necessarily quietly, but just not enough to absolutely kind of disturb him, but he'll sort of just appear at the side of Sir Lucius, and he won't look at him. He'll just sort of stare at the ground as well, and then sort of side-eye look at Sir Lucius and, Sir, I know the pain of betrayal. I don't know quite all the answers. I know something happened with my mother, and it could be with the hands of someone who is... Forgive me. I just want you to know that I will serve as needed, and whether it be by your side, I just want you to know that I'll fight with you.
My kings, misrule, led to my mother laying in the dirt, killed by bandits, avenged, not avenged, who knows? I was chaperoning Finnegan. Knighted him because an eagle told me. An eagle told him, and then he told me. And he was to be the Winter Prince, King of Logris. And that was noble and just. And my king, Natalia, beloved by all, beloved by betrayers, but we all loved him in our own way. Rune, Rain, Cormac, Gwydir, Carlos, all of us. Beloved by betrayers, Natalia was. Every oath I kept. Rescued my first love for her to wander into the mist. I went to the king of the Saxons for Cormac. I bartered away my marriage for his sword, for the Winter Prince's sword. I gave them everything, and you would fight by my side? You, a squire? Believe it or not, you are closer to death by being here and being a squire. Believe it or not. And you would fight by my side and serve where necessary? There will be more fighting to come, I assure you of that.
Now, before you interject, Tone, or talk, I will interject, rather. There is something you can consider doing. It is dangerous. When someone goes into melancholy, it's possible to snap them out of it. It's kind of a narrative thing, but you test one of your passions, and your goal is to get higher than the role Lucius has to remake. But if you fail, Lucius turns his ire on you. Think of it like Bilbo with the ring when he flips out on Frodo in Rivendell. It's that vibe. So if you shake him, if you fail to shake him out of it, he will turn physically on you, which can be dramatic and interesting. But that's the risk you're taking mechanically. Now you can frame that narratively however you want. Suggestion being to base it around whatever passion you might use to try and shape him out of it. So if it's like honor, how do you appeal to him from an honor standpoint? You've already said, for instance, that you would serve beside him. So I'll start there. I know this is a new system to you. What sounds good?
Am I looking at personality traits?
Passions.
Okay, passions. I have 0 points in any of them, but I think...
You have 0?
Yeah.
You're a squire, so you shouldn't have full, but you should have some. You know what you certainly do have? You have a twin brother who you've been not with for a while now. The two of you are best friends. You have a love for him at 20.
So add that in.
And welcome in, Worst of Times. Great to see you. Hope you had a good game.
All right. Brotherly love.
Gonna go through with it?
Yeah.
What does this look like, too, what do you say? How do you appeal to Lucius to kind of snap out of it? You're trying to pull him out of his feeling sorry for himself almost and kind of spazzing out.
So
mild crash out right now.
Sir, I cannot even dare imagine what you saw. I cannot dare say that I'll ever walk in your shoes or be in your shadow for what you have seen. But sir, what I do know is that in life there are things to fight for and there are things to die for. And those who we hold in our hearts, who we love, those are those that we will remember. No matter the distance, no matter the realm, love will always prevail, sir. And he'll...
All right. I need you. You went into melancholy because of that, so you need to contest with your love for the Swords of Natalia. And the higher roll wins. We have a 7 from Tone.
Do we want high in this one, or do we want... How does it work?
You want high, because you both... Oh, a tie. That's interesting. That's interesting. I've never seen that, and I'm not even sure there's like an exact rule. I think it would be boring to make that a roll off. I think instead... I think we're going to test once again, Lucius. Forgiving versus vengeful, okay? You passed it.
7s.
Yeah, I passed it, so we can go forgiving if that's the desire, or we can go roll vengeful.
I think it would be more interesting to roll vengeful here because you'd have to crit on vengeful to beat forgiving. Lucius, roll a d4 for me.
And Balan is simply waiting for the smack on his head. He's just...
Yeah, you see the look in his eye. You can see he's about to snap. But you come to your senses with this, Lucius. You see the squire before you, and there's a thought in your mind about just how many squires you've seen die in Somerset. And there's this cynical thought of, am I going to add to that number right now? Really? Your forgiveness goes up to 14, and your cruel drops by 2. Vengeful, what'd I say? Yes. Your forgiving goes up by 2, and your vengeful drops by 2.
I'm gonna need that cruelty. I think he would. Balan, would he have this look of like, I'm about to get hit? I'm about to get. You said would you have that look about you're about to get hit?
Oh yeah, like just sort of...
Finnegan once said something to me. He said his choices were his armor. It was in that moment I stopped looking to him as the boy he was and saw him for the man that I had hoped he would grow into. I had hoped that he would become. It's time for me to let them go.
Sir, I think...
To clarify,
Sorry.
I did not do battle with 6 kings. I only crossed arms with 1 king. I wanted to make sure I clarified that with you. And I think in that way, he regains a little bit of the Lucius he once was. I just wanted to clarify that. If you're going to sing about me, you have to get the songs right, all right? And he kind of pats him on the shoulder.
Right. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
And next time you're losing at a fight, remember there are rocks all around. And he kind of walks Balan back to the group and he says, 2 times I saved, 2 people's lives with the rock. It was amazing. So I thrived. And he explains the story of Sir Elian getting almost stabbed to death by that assassin who was sent for Finnegan.
Balan's just eating this all up. Really? Any particular size of the, like just as the conversation ends, he's like, any particular size of the rock, or how big was the rock? 2 hands, 1?
You don't want to get one hand, not too heavy. You want to make sure you get the right angle on it. All right. When you throw it, you have to get the right angle, or it's going to go wide. All right. And it's very important because they won't see it coming. They expect knights to fight with swords, and we should. But I've seen Cabogan run into battle with a dagger and a shield. All right. Keep that to yourself.
Thank you. I'll make sure I get the stories right. Thank you.
Thank you.
And he'll recognize that he should let him be and walk away.
Excellent. Welcome in, Raiders. We are nearing the final leg of a night. We've had some technical difficulties, but we're doing... I'm not even going to say that. We're just going to continue. We're going to go right past that point. Everyone moves to settle in for the night. Well, maybe 2 or 3 more nights here in Bath. It'll be back to home. But Lady Betrys, your sleep is different tonight. It's not the first time you've met Morgan by the fire in your dreams. You see her approach. She doesn't even say anything. She just sits down beside you.
You've grown.
I suppose it's true. It's been some time, hasn't it?
It has.
You're a young one?
Child, a boy.
Congratulations.
And the girl is as clever and as obstinate as you are.
I, too, likely have a child, but Bob doesn't remember the exact positioning of such things.
She had a child the last time that we spoke. Yes. She had her boy.
Yes. But there is another by now. So I have a daughter now.
What did you name her?
Zach is going to love this part. It's spelled Morfud, but I think we figured out it's like...
Morfu.
It's got a more elegant sound to it. I just don't remember what it was. But it's spelled Morfudd.
That's amazing.
Yeah. But she says it. She says it's Morvith. That's what it's. Morvith.
And what is she like?
Stubborn. She's young still, though.
It seems we're teaching our children our stubbornness. Well, that's a good thing or a bad thing? They'll find out in their lifetimes, I'm sure.
You're still in Somerset, yes? I know for a time you were in... I heard you're in the court of Leo de Grance in Camliard.
We've been a little bit of everywhere. On the run, back again, at a wedding. I have a manor now.
Congratulations. So you're a proper lady then? She says, almost like joking because it's you.
I mean, as proper as I believe we ever thought I would be.
Well, when's the last time you dumped a drink on someone's clothing in the middle of a feast?
Actually, several years. But I labor in the fields far too often, I suppose, according to people who decide what a lady is, I suppose.
I wanted to speak to you just to reassure you that you're not under any direct threat. You'll hear news soon. We're marching on my bastard brother.
I wondered if that would cause something.
I was there that night, you know. I saw Uther, dressed in the skin of my father.
You never told me this.
No, I didn't. I don't like to think about it.
I could have done something. I liked your father, unless you've forgotten.
He gave us the amulet, and then he rode to war.
I told him to put it on himself.
He gave it to my sisters and I.
I don't regret that. Is it worth killing your brother?
This isn't my choice, but I can't say I'm sad about it.
You have a lot of choices, Morgan. I'm not telling you to decide either way because you're entitled to choose what you want. Frankly, I've seen too many kings, and they're all just men or boys that don't understand the game they're playing.
You have that right. She seems to ease a little bit. The decisions that were made by King Lot. My sister's husband is the king of all of the North now. They say that he won the tournament to determine who would be High King. And then in entered Merlin.
In the way that he does. I don't like him.
You're not alone in that.
I think he had a lot to do with Uther being able to do what he did.
Why do you think that? I mean, aside from the obvious, do you know something?
No, only rumors. I know that he's the one who took your brother. I know the night that he took him.
So a puppet. A puppet of Merlin. That doesn't give her any extra. You can see it in her eyes instantly. More disdain for her brother sets in.
And I can't stress this enough to you because I've helped raise a boy that very briefly claimed to be king and then was killed. He's a boy and a pawn. He's not the real enemy. Again, you're entitled to do what you want. I'm sick of fighting for kings. And frankly, I would rather just like to live my life. It's up to you. Don't get me wrong, I'd get in a fight with Merlin if he came to meet me, but I don't think that would end well.
At this point, Logris isn't my home. I'll let the war decide. It's not my choice after all. And their armies are already marching.
Hold your boy close. He's the son of a king. And that makes his life very dangerous.
I'll keep that in mind.
I appreciate you telling me that we would be fine if we are conquered. Which we will by some person or another. We're not exactly known for our strength in armies. You know you have a home waiting for you. If you want it.
I appreciate your hospitality. And I would love to visit.
Hospitality. I raised you. That's family. It's not hospitality, as the lords and ladies put it. Just coming home.
And your king, Cadby, what will he do? Will he fight?
He's a skilled diplomat. If you want my guess, if the odds don't look in his favor, he'll probably go back to the marshes again. It's his typical, and he'll find a way to talk to the king about allowing him to keep the title, but not keep the title. You know, Cadby, he's just going to float through life.
Indeed.
He'll adapt.
Suppose that's one word for it. Still, he has magic I'd like to learn. Knowledge.
That's true. I never really taught you enough.
I've still been practicing. Been learning.
This is evidence enough, and she gestures around them.
You can see it on her too now with the sight. You can see just how powerful she's become. You saw it when she was younger, but now that she's no longer a youth, it's very apparent. It was nice catching up. We should do this more often. Perhaps one day in person.
Listen, I've been waiting this entire time. You're the one who's taken entirely too long.
You should have come to Gore.
Do you think I would have survived that journey?
Probably not. The Picts aren't too friendly up here.
Yeah, they aren't friendly. Cornwall's been trying to kill me. It's a whole thing.
Cornwall?
Their prince is a little bit of a bratty little boy. And he was acting smart, so I told him that he wasn't nearly as smart as he thought he was being. And that's reason enough to burn my people and chase us down. So...
Right.
Don't trust Cornwall. The king might be fine, but his son is not, and his son is who's going to rule after him.
Indeed. Well, whomever is the victor, it seems we'll have a high king once again, unless they manage to kill each other.
Yeah, there's pretty much as even a chance of that as one of them winning. I'll be waiting, Morgan.
As will I. Tell Nimue I said hello. And Lady Olwyn.
I will. You know she'll be over the moon.
Isn't she always?
I don't know where she gets the energy. You should know at this point, chasing after 2 kids is enough.
Indeed. You hear a knock. And you know sometimes when you're when you're dreaming, it's sort of a sound from either your or her dream. But you hear a voice, and it says, "My queen." You hear the voice, and you get a recognize roll.
Oh, God. Bob, it's so low. Do I have anything I can add?
Yeah, you can get a +5 for this.
That didn't save me last time. We're gonna see. I need like a +15.
Heart of the card.
Heart of the
Heart of the
cards.
card.
Heart of the cards.
Heart of the cards.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. Heart of the cards, dude.
Heart of the cards.
You hear the voice of Ackland.
She grins and looks at Nimue. Or not Nimue, at Morgan. You have been busy.
Her face goes red a bit. And she disappears from the dream. We cut to... This is a bit forward, like a bit further ahead. You're back in Barrowcrest. You're sitting out in the garden alone, where the running water is. You stare down and you see your king. The eyes of this cold king of the Seelie looks to you. Did Olwyn's mother suspect anything?
Does she ever?
Do you have an update about her?
She's just so arrogant, isn't she?
Have you found means of avoiding her court?
Apparently, Olwyn is only due in the autumn.
You also remember that you were suspended from that right.
Yes. And I didn't have to go back. So I get a whole year of this. She doesn't have to smell anything of me.
Anyone who you encounter personally in your lands, whether they be in the king's entourage or otherwise, if they stand to move against this boy king, I'd like you to see to their elimination.
Of course. It's so easy to do in this form, I think. And just bat an eye, and she's just so innocent seeming. She could lure people in without them even realizing they're on the hook.
We must see that this boy king weds the new lady of the land.
It will be done, my king.
But I hear she's betrothed.
That's never stopped anyone before. I mean, what is it that every night always told? Knights die all the time. War is here. Anyone can have an accident. Anyone can die in a lover's quarrel. Or just any quarrel. They're so easily offended, these human knights. Especially the Christian ones.
Indeed. But we rely on that to separate us.
Yes.
You hear at that point the voice of Minodos. Yes, Minodos. Lady Olwyn. And
Yes?
we watch as the water just... Are you all right? I thought I heard you talking. Sorry, I'm very tired.
Oh, no, you're fine. I was just thinking about pastries and flowers.
Indeed. Speaking of pastries, he has replaced his love for wine with a love for pastries. and it has moved to his belly quite well. I could use a pastry myself, perhaps.
Oh.
Almond
Would you be a
cake?
dear? Of course, yes, that sounds delightful. Please.
Your cook does owe me a favor.
Well, I'd love to, yes. And if I'm with you, we'd have to oblige, right?
It's true. With that, we're going to end the night right on time despite all the technical difficulties. This has been The Land and the King. We're going to do a quick round about, meet everyone who played, and then we'll close. We're going to start with Rebekah.
Hi, I'm Rebekah. I played Lady Olwyn and Lady Olwyn. And yeah, it's exciting. It is fun. I am also in a Hunter's game on the Cat's Meow. If you want to see more of me, that's Sundays, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. And tomorrow, I will be part of Servants of the Lake, a Call of Cthulhu 2-shot. Keepered?
Run by is fun.
Yeah, run by works better. Run by Paul Deming. I'm very, very excited. I'm very excited to have Bob and Cyberbro there, as well as Jeff from the Lollygaggers. Also, we have a Discord, so if you want to join our Discord, I will link that in the Twitch chat right now. And if you want to check out the backlog, we have that as well. And I'm a little tired, so I will keep on rambling if I don't pass it on to Emily.
Hello, I'm Emily. I played Lady Betrys. Everything's fine. It's so fine. But yeah, it was a great session. I don't have any other projects right now, guys. That's it. That's my whole thing.
Emily's
just
open to
here.
projects. You heard it here. So
Oh God, no.
we'll pass
All
it
right,
over.
Cyberbro.
Yeah.
All right, I'm Cyberbro. I play Sir Lucius Julius Julianus. If you want to catch me on Sundays, you can find me at Super Cyber Station, where we play RuneQuest. That's role playing in Bronze Age Lorentha. In addition to that, I'm also in the Hunter game. No, RuneQuest is Monday. Hunter game is Sunday. Rebekah already gave you the Hunter game time, and then I'll be in the game tomorrow. So we've got some interesting things going on. Beyond that, that's all I've got. Tone, take us away.
Thank you. I'm Tone, and I am a recurring guest. Really fun playing Balan. Really love that moment with Sir Lucius and Balan tonight. Also, you can find me on Mortal Rolls, where I GM fallen gods as they venture forth in their mortal forms, and they're headed to a masquerade, which always leads to intrigue and fun. Also, you can find me on Thursday nights playing Orphan Blood, playing Vampire for the first time on the Cat's Meow Show, where Emily was a guest, and now she's not, so unbelievable.
I'm so sad.
And also, starting in January, Rebekah and I will be appearing on Crit Crafters' Odyssey of the Dragon Lords, which starts up on the first week of January 7th. It's going to be a huge event, and
The 7th, yep.
the 7th. So looking forward to that. And of course, upcoming projects, perhaps even with Tickingtimebob. Thank you, Bob, for this. This is amazing. First time playing Pendragon. Love it so much. Thank you.
You got to experience one of the more fun aspects of the system with the snap out of it and the passions and traits. Those are a lot of the combat and stuff in Pendragon can feel like it was made in the 80s, because it was made in the 80s, and that's just, that's how it be. But some people still love that because it's kind of clunky knights in big armor. But even if you're not into that, the passions and traits, I've never seen a system that handles that as gracefully as this game does. I think
Awesome.
In fact, we need to adjust Lady Olwyn's trait of reckless. What is your directed trait? Do you want to name what that is?
My directed trait is reckless unsupervised.
It should be unsupervised except for Minotos. There should be an exception.
He doesn't count as
Yeah.
supervision.
I think
He
that's-
doesn't count. There are some people that just don't count.
Yeah, 100%. So I will go ahead and just kind of list what other people haven't, but I will maybe re-emphasize tomorrow. We have Paula Deming from the Glass Cannon Network, from Push the Roll, from all sorts of crazy stuff. Ran Call of Cthulhu for Chaosium at Gen Con. We have her coming in, and she's going to run us in a 2-shot of Servants of the Lake. I keep wanting to say Keepers of the Lake because she's a keeper, but Servants of the Lake. We have shout out to GM of Revan, who is currently working on the overlay kindly for me on that. We'll make sure to get her nice and included in the show notes. And the next big project we have is right on its coattails. So we have Days of Darkness, a 3-shot of Vampire the Dark Ages, run this Saturday in the Byzantine Empire, the Eastern Empire, near Constantinople. This may or may not have to do with like some historical anomaly that occurred that may or may not be linked to the name, and it may or may not be linked to certain political intrigue, because I totally don't do political intrigue at all. But yes, please come take a look at that. We'd love to have you. It will be a spiritual successor to Crown of Thorns. So if you like that, you'll like this too, I suspect. Speaking of Crown of Thorns, I will mention that we have more or less tentatively confirmed that there will be a part 2 of Crown of Thorns in 2026. Everyone's on board. It's a matter of us coming back together, finding a mutual time. I had to take vacation hours from work to hit noon on a Friday for that to happen. So, it's got its logistic challenges, but yes. And I've also shouted out Emmeline. Emmeline will be joining us for Days of Darkness. Please come check that out. I think that's everything. I'll be back soon with something involving Westeros and the Knights of the Seven Kingdom, but we'll leave that for another day. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Farewell!